Twitchell. I'm with eXp Realty. And today I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about why right now is actually an amazing time for a buyer to buy a home. So we're going to look at a couple of different things. First off, just to kind of talk about what we've seen historically over the last couple of years. Buyers have had to pay above list price. Buyers have had to offer to waive their appraisal. Buyers have had to offer to waive inspections or repairs. They've made those sacrifices because there was such a large demand for homes that they were not able to get a home without doing those things. I've had several clients who put in offer after offer after offer, and unfortunately, were not successful because there was so much competition for homes. The competition for homes now, with interest rates increasing, the competition has not disappeared, but definitely there are far more homes on the market and way less competition right now. So it's kind of a combination of two things. The interest rates started to go up, and all of a sudden there's more listings in the MLS, both a result of not only the sellers starting to go, oh, hey, I should sell my house now, but also there were a lot of people that, maybe they fixed and flipped a house and maybe they didn't even need to put it into the MLS to sell it previously because there was such a large demand over the last couple of years. But now all of a sudden that demand has diminished, and now they need to list in the MLS in order to get that exposure with realtors and sell that home. So I apologize. The MLS is the multiple listing system that us realtors use to list properties. So with that increase, then obviously we've got both higher interest rates, less people qualifying, more homes available, which basically means now instead of the buyer being the odd man out and having so many other offers to compete with, now it's the total opposite. Now the seller has so many other listings to compete with that the seller has to do something in order to make their house stand out. So what we've seen are price reductions. We've also seen offers to pay closing costs, almost like a new build would offer an incentive. So we're seeing all these different things. So let's think about this. If you had to pay a year ago $50,000 more than what the property was worth in order to get that property, if you had to pay $50,000 more than what that property was worth a year ago, and now you're able to actually get it undervalued because the seller is desperate. So you've got that $50,000 savings, plus if we're able to negotiate $10,000 or $20,000 off of list price, off of potentially appraised value, we save you about $60,000 to $70,000 right there. And then on top of that, we could even potentially get the seller to pay closing costs. So with that, the seller would typically say, I'll pay 3% of the purchase price to go towards your closing costs. So let's do the math on that really quick. Just for example, if we're going to look at a $500,000 house, right? Okay. 3% of that is $15,000. So $15,000 plus that other $60,000 to $70,000 savings, we're talking about a savings of $75,000 to $85,000 potentially over what you were going to spend last year on a house. Where's the difference? All right, the biggest difference is right now, yes, your interest rate is going to be higher, but guess what? Interest rate is changeable. The price that you paid for that house, if you paid the $50,000 above list price, above appraised value, that, unfortunately, you can never change that. That is set in stone. Your interest rate, you can refinance. You can get rid of that high monthly payment and take advantage of that huge savings up front. So let's look at some numbers really quick. And I'm going to open a tool here that's created by our lender that we partner with the grant team at Bay Equity. Again, really quick, I do have to let you know, for mortgage purposes, when you're purchasing a home, you always have the option of choosing whoever you would like to use. But I can tell you from several clients' experiences, the grant team is excellent and does a great job taking care of our clients and protecting your money. So buying versus renting. So this scenario is buying $400,000 versus renting. So let's take a look here. So buying year one, your monthly payment is $2,402 for principal and interest. Your property taxes and insurance are $492. Maintenance and repairs, let's budget $50 for that. Your total monthly expense, $29.44. All right, rent year one, $24.60. $65 for taxes usually on that, and your monthly expense $25.25. All right, now if we look into the future, so rents increase pretty regularly right now. There is an estimated increase in rent of, let me get that amount here. Estimated monthly increase in rent of 6.5%. Okay. So again, at that 6.5%, if your interest, if your rent is increasing each year, you're going from 25.25 to 27.27, 29.45, 31.81. So as you can see here, between that year 2 and 3, like right at year 3, you're catching up to your monthly expense on your mortgage. But here's the difference. So when you're renting, you're throwing, for the sake of easy numbers, $2,000 a month down the drain. In addition to that, you're losing out on $2,000 a month in equity that you're building up in your home. So you're really essentially throwing $4,000 down the drain by renting. So keep this in mind here. We've got your cash flow difference. We've got your appreciation gain. So your starting value and then your approximate value if it appreciated at 3.05% per year. At 9 years, you're at 524,126. In Maricopa County, we do tend to have higher appreciation than that 3% per year. Amortization gain, $50,239. So your original loan amount was $380,000. Your remaining principal is $329,000. All right, so you do have a tax benefit as well. Then the net gain here of buying the house, right? So we're going to just look. Most people on average are going to stay in their house about 7 years. So you're probably closer to this 115, 163. But if you stay 9 years or 10 years, so there's some amazing benefits to buying versus renting. But let's take a look at what will happen if you take your loan and you refinance. So today's interest rates, yeah, they're high. But what we would do, and the plan here is that you would do a refinance, and you can definitely reach out to Kevin Gramp at Bay Equity if you would like some information on what he is able to do for his loan clients right now that will help them out with their refinance in the future when rates drop. But let's just take a look at these numbers, for example, here, and let me see if I can zoom in on this just a touch. Okay, so property value. Now we're back to our $500,000 price point. So $500,000 VA loan at 6.5% with a 6.697 APR. So you are looking at a monthly payment right now of $34.74.51. In time when you can refinance, and let's say rates don't even go as low as they were. Let's say they go back down to the high threes and you're able to refinance at 3.99. Your payment per month then becomes $26.98.36. So that's a nice little difference there between $34.74.51 and that $26.98.36. Difference of $776.15. So just imagine how amazing that would be to get to that point and be able to refinance, and instead of spending that extra $776 on just your payment, now let's say that you're actually going to spend that money on, you could apply it to principal, you could apply it as additional funds towards any other debt that you might have, car payment, something like that. Did you know that if you make one additional payment per year to the principal on your mortgage, that you will actually shorten the span of your 30-year mortgage down to a 22-year term? So one extra principal payment per year. So if your principal payment is $2,000, it might take you a couple of months to get to that $2,000 applied towards principal, but still, it's an amazing savings. So if you can cut the payment by cutting the interest rate with a refinance in a year, let's say it even goes to 2 years. Let's think about that amount right up front that we were talking about, that $50,000, okay? $50,000 divided by that $776 savings that you might get, it would take 64 months to cover that cost in additional interest. But let's say that you're able to refinance in 1 year. You will have paid $9,312 as a premium in this higher interest rate environment over that $50,000. And let's not even forget here that we were also talking about the savings of the additional $15,000 and potentially getting some monies off of the list price, because we can try to negotiate with some of these sellers that might be a little bit more desperate. There are people who do not need to sell right now, they just want to sell. But there are those that need to sell, and they are going to be willing to work with buyers to get someone to purchase their home. So if you are able to take a savings of about $75,000 to $85,000 and risk it costing you about $9,000, I think that's a much better bet than paying over list price, above appraised value, all of that. So that is why this market is such a great market. And especially right now, fourth quarter, real estate always slows down. We don't have as many people coming into town throughout the holidays. So this is prime time for buyers to save money. Come January, we always have our winter visitors coming into town for spring training and all the different golf events and all the different car auctions and all that. And along with them, they bring their cash offers that they start, making on these homes. And so if you are looking for a great opportunity, please reach out. Let's talk about why this could be the best time for you to buy a home right now in fourth quarter 2022. Thanks so much for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe to my channel. And also, I'm available text, email, phone calls. My phone number is 602-456-0712. Feel free to leave a comment, send me a text message, give me a call if you have questions. I would love to help you. I do sell all around here in the Phoenix metro area. If you're looking for other areas, still reach out to me. Even if you're in a different state, I can help you find a great realtor to work with wherever you're located. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.